tide. Swamp heat rises where the gators hide. Across these states, freedom flies for good old boys. Let their voices rise. It's Rimfire Radio. Hold on tight, dial it up loud. We're ready to ignite. From squirrels to steel, you know our deal. 22 Rimfire keeps it real. Rimfire Radio.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Rimfire Radio, episode 17. We have an exciting show for you tonight, and I'm probably overselling it a little bit. This is AR Drew. I don't have anything clever to say. Dan has managed to not die yet. That's good, I think. Dusky, ask me about my Beretta. And GatLab, 2 weeks in a row. I think this is some kind of, maybe like a new record. It's pretty awesome.
It's a
Welcome.
new record. I like it.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good week?
Honored to be here.
Worst week in a while, but that's all right. It's almost over.
Making it through.
I dig it. Well, before we jump into Rimfire Rundown, possibly the biggest news that I've seen this week is Gideon Optics. Our good friends at Gideon Optics dropped the Guardian 5-25, the long-awaited 5-25, and it's up. So go check it out on their website. I believe hashtag poop knife gets you a nice discount courtesy of Rimfire Radio. I think also you can put Rimfire Radio, but try both. Maybe you get a little better with poop knife. Sure. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we jump right into Rimfire Rundown now that I've used the poop knife code. Had kind of a more active week as far as emails and social media interactions with our listeners. So the first one, we had Stephen Smith, and he said he'd like to know what you guys think of the Smith & Wesson 422 and 622 pistols. He says, I have one, and I run a B&T Tiger 22 suppressor on it. Makes a great host for a can. I know they're older and didn't have a long run, but I just don't see them very often. And actually, we posted a picture of his on the back of his truck with a suppressor on it. Looks really cool. Got a lot of clicks and looks. So have y'all shot one of these? I've never shot one.
Yeah,
I have not.
I have also not.
What? Really? All right. Well,
what about you, Drew?
I've never shot one.
Man,
I always
there's
thought
a lot of guns out there. There's a whole lot of guns out there. I'm trying.
They look cool. I'd love to know how the trigger is because it kind of looks like a single action trigger, single action automatic trigger. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody in the chat tonight? Are y'all Smith & Wesson 422, 622 fans?
What do y'all think of them?
Yeah,
I love them. When I was really young, getting into shooting at the range, 2 different places, I had a chance to shoot somebody else's gun. The cool thing that happens, hey, man, you want to try it? Yes, I would love to. One of them was actually a detective, and that was his deep backup, his ankle gun.
Oh, the little short one.
Yeah. And he had taken it to a shop that's no longer in business. They were sort of famous with the policemen, notorious maybe even. They would do work, bigger jobs and polishing chambers and barrel throats and all that kind of stuff for the cops. And this guy had one. It would run the sear engagement was absolute minimal. So if you just drive the reset, it would run a magazine. It would drop 10 rounds before the first empty case hit the deck. It was really fast, surprisingly fast. But this is my pattern recognition of my guntism looking at it. Smith & Wesson made a Model 41, which is like a real heavy-duty, beautiful steel frame, polished blue. Silhouette-wise, this is a very similar outline, but this is like a lightweight aluminum, 422 and 622. The 40. This is.
That's like the one they still make here. Yeah, these things are beautiful.
Man, and look, see that price?
Yeah, that's why I don't have one.
Suggested. One that beat the shit at a gun show is still going for like $1,600.
How many kidneys do you have, Gat?
I've only got one left.
Are you down to one kidney?
You guys keep talking me into buying stuff.
So you're recommending to get the Victory and call it a day because it's more affordable?
Oh, well, look, there's always more affordable options, right? Anyway, this is sort of the progenitor lineage for the 422, 622. They're lightweight aluminum versions. They're very fast guns. The triggers are actually really good. They're not competition triggers. They are everyday range trigger, carry trigger, whatever you want to call it. But they're phenomenal guns, man. And like if they are 3/4 of an inch wide, I'd be shocked. Like super slim line, very capable. The two I actually shot ran everything in them, from like super quiet subsonics to stangers, as you like to say.
Stangers. Hey,
Very
cool.
Actually, I made a comment. I made a comment on the Instagram the other day. I had one. Walked into a pawn shop a year ago and I found one at a pretty ridiculous price. So I put the down. I should have just bought it and I didn't. I put the money down on it and got out, and I ended up on the road for 2.5 weeks. And it's a nationwide chain. So I thought I was going to go to one of the other stores where I was at in Kentucky or whatever. And since I put the money down in the store in New Orleans, they couldn't take the money for it, even on in the system, like in the catalog system. So I ended up losing it.
They should have just refunded you with store credit and let you transfer over.
It was walk-in. I had to go back to the store, put the money in the cash on to get the cash back if I wasn't going to get the gun, which actually the minimal deposit they keep because it's pawn shops. But
Just get something else and apply that money towards it. That's the answer.
I called both store managers, and they just weren't going to go with it. Cash America, fuck them. I'll tell you, hate them all. Cash America Poland wouldn't let me pay for my gun.
Well, there you go.
These are really cool. I guess I never really went down this rabbit hole and saw.
And look,
the different.
Go look for.
They're hot.
Go look for the threaded barrel adapter. It's the takedown is pretty unique too, and the tip of the barrel is, I think it's inverted threaded. So you take it out and it's the internal threads, and you put it's the internal female to an external male that goes into it. There it is. Thank you, Duffy.
I mean, I still think they're cool.
They're good looking guns, man. I love them.
That is fucking cool.
Of all the Smith & Wesson stuff I've seen, like I'm not a Smith & Wesson fan.
It's got like kind of a pre-1911 vibe to it.
03, almost like a 1903 Browning pocket. That's literally what they look like.
I'm all for it. I mean, you can't tell me that right there, that B&T can isn't just tons of fun.
I was going to say I'm almost more interested in Steve's suppressor.
Man, thing's got a hell of a low bore axis, doesn't it?
Yeah. The top end, the barrel is actually right above the trigger. That's where the barrel bore is.
Wow. So it's a fixed barrel like most 22 blowbacks.
Yep.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
Super lower. So it comes right off the magazine, straight into the chamber, right over the trigger mechanism. They're awesome.
Wow. Okay. Direct feed kind of thing.
Super fast. Man, they shoot fast. They're great guns.
We got some interesting people here in the comments. We got Shu. I've actually met this guy.
You met the Shu?
Yeah, dude. Shu lives not too far from me. Random thing. His niece was in my daughter's first grade class, and they're friends. Super random and weird. I think Shu's like maybe. I feel like Shu is positioning his family just to get close to me. I'm okay with it though, because Shu's a good dude. What else we got here?
Sure.
Country Boy Guns is saying a bunch of shit like he does.
He does that.
We love him. He's a good guy. I don't care what everybody says about him, which is mainly me.
Right.
Rather than in empty comments. Good for him.
I think it is a comma. He punctuated at least.
He's good. He's good people. I'm not.
You're saying he was here on time and punctual?
Hey.
I'll let you have that one.
Hey.
Please don't.
But I think, the thing is, one, cool pistol. I want to shoot one. I definitely do those Smith & Wesson 41s. I've been eyeing those for a long time. There will come a time in a moment of weakness when my credit card is at a low number that I'll probably buy one. It's going to happen. But yeah, hey, Steven, appreciate you sending us the picture. Appreciate you sending us the topic. Anybody else that wants to do that, send us emails, info@Rimfire Radio, or, shoot us a message on social media, whatever. Dale.
Absolutely.
I think Dale is our official super fan. Dale and I, we've become close. And
How close?
mean that I want it to sound creepy. It's a little creepy.
Is he moving his family to be closer to you?
No, I think Shoe's the only one doing that. But I think Dale and I might get there. We might make it work. I'll say this: dude knows a lot of shit. Like, he's got some interesting stuff. He had the other gun we shared from a listener on social media this week was his. Now that I think about it, and did you guys see this thing? So this
that is wild.
A Winchester.
I want to know more about that scope as well.
Well, so he bought the gun this way. Somebody, I guess, I forget the whole story because Dale and I, our emails they're extensive, and but he got it from it was a pretty expensive buy. It was somebody that used to shoot competitively, but holy crap, that thing's cool. I thought from looking at it that the barrel was even longer. He said it's like 27 inches.
Wow,
which is still long, but I mean, I was looking at that thing. I was like, holy shit, it's like a 30-inch barrel or something. But that looks cool. I actually have a friend at the local range that buys. He has some very expensive bolt action 22s, and he kind of has some older ones. I haven't seen anything like this, but I can get into this. I don't know that I can afford this, but this works with my TISM pretty well. This is sweet, and I mean, again, thanks, Dale. We will make it creepy though, so that's the risk you run if you keep writing in.
If there's one thing you can count on you to do, it's get creepy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I do. But we just appreciate him. We appreciate anybody that's writing in, leaving comments, asking us questions. The Discord was just blowing and going this week. Dusky was
ripping
blowing and going.
Just ripping all.
I don't like the sound.
It really was. And I didn't
let's not do that.
I got a handful of stuff. I did the notes a couple days ago, so I'm missing out on some of the more recent stuff. One thing I put it up there, but that Woox Elegante, y'all see those new stocks? Like the fancy walnut?
Sure did. They look nice.
Of course they would.
God. Dude, that was so sexy. And then they had one of them for, I think it was for the 1022.
Yep.
I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, they have, and look at this. So you can go like, okay, it's already a lot of money. I mean, walnut, but you go high grade, $8.99. I mean, it's not cheap.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I remember those now. Yeah, they look really nice.
A $900 high grade Elegante Sporter 1022. Oh.
I mean, I can, but
is it really worth it over the standard old wood stock that everybody has a spare of, probably somewhere you could pick up at any gun store for $20?
For somebody, it is.
Dan, you're speaking logically, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, I'm speaking like I have a spare one sitting under my desk doing nothing for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Or you just trying to sell it? Quick $20?
Apparently, I'm trying to sell it for $8.99.
I mean, look at that though, man. I don't know. That's just. Look, I don't have $900 to drop on a 1022 stock or any stock for that matter right now. But man, that's okay. It's good wood. I mean, that thing's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's good wood. It looks nicer. It's probably a little bit more. It's much more precise. I imagine it's fully free floated. It's not using a barrel band, and has some other advantages besides just the pure quality and craftsmanship.
And they had two. I like the Wook stuff. I don't have any of the Wook stuff, but
does anybody here have any of the Wook's product?
That's a good question to ask.
Doesn't seem like it. Nope. Gatlab, you own any Wooks?
You're
Gatlab
robotic.
No, I do not. I don't have anything that they AR stuff, but I don't like the way wood looks on ARs. I'm not into that thing. The original.
Oh,
Wolf.
gotcha.
But I mean, like this is beautiful, but I personally couldn't pay 4 times more for a stock than I paid for the gun to build into it because I'm not a high-end gun guy to start with.
Exactly.
There's plenty of them out there, though.
Turn one down
look,
a day, send
I
it
ain't
for
mad
free.
about it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I'd like to be a high-end gun guy. I'm not a high-end gun guy, but I'd like to be one. That's
You identify as one.
yeah. So Bob showed up. Of course, Bob. I want you to know, Bob. We opened up the show talking about.
Bob.
We talked about the Gideon Guardian 5-25 Guardian LR, and we mentioned the discount code you were so nice to set up, the hashtag Poop Knife, which is the preferred. It is the preferred code. You definitely want to use that. I mean, it's a good looking scope. I like it. I like it. I'm hoping I get to try one out. I'm hoping that they're on some guns at Range Day. I almost said Rim Job Day. Range Day at Goals. I'll try that thing out. I bet they will be. You aren't allowed that. Not sure what. I mean, I can't try it. Oh, okay. That kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have on the old Discord?
Yeah, see, Wooks doesn't even have Mannlichers or Schnabels, so is it really worth $900? I mean, if there was a Schnabel up there, yeah, we'd probably jump on it, but
Dude,
it even got a Schnabel.
That's the most valid point.
You make a very.
That's Ocus. That was Ocus. To credit Ocus.
I mean, look,
He made that astute observation.
if we had a spiritual father or grandfather in the Rimfire Radio universe,
definitely him.
Maybe just a creepy uncle.
He's a little bit creepy.
No, he's the disappointed granddad for all of us.
He has softer hands than you'd expect. No, I'm with him. Like I'm not as big on the Mannlichers just because the name kind of gets me excited. But the Schnabel, dude, the CZs with the Schnabel are hot. All right, man. There was a lot of stuff. Some of this I don't even remember what we were talking about. There was a handgun hunters class rimfire thing. I don't know if somebody had a picture, maybe. Trying to think what
Rambo Man's homemade rifle level was actually really cool.
That was impressive.
How did that work?
It's a level sensor that he built into a box and got all the electronics working and set some LEDs up and then made a mount for it to go to a pick rail, it looked like, and real simple stuff that it takes a genius to do.
Exactly.
I couldn't figure it out. Definitely not me. Scout model kit fully loaded. Somebody else put that on there.
Which one was that? Do you remember?
I don't know. Razzle, Fraggle, maybe?
No.
Razzie.
That's two different guys.
I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but it must have been cool. There was somebody talking about the TPS Arms M6 takedown. I guess Swedro Gedro had one of those, the 22-410. Have you ever shot one of the, which that one has the weird, like the whole trigger bar versus a trigger, you can squeeze with your hand, but not necessarily that one. But did any of you guys have any of the kind of like over under 22-410, 22-12?
No, but I've always wanted one.
They're kind of neat.
I've also wanted one. I saw like a Papoose the other day, and I was like, it's kind of along what I kind of want, but
Papoose?
Yeah, there's
What's
just
that?
one of those weird little wireframe backpacking guns, and then it's similar to ones that have a couple of different calibers in them.
Okay.
A lot of them are just like little survival guns meant for, a faraway squirrel or up close squirrel.
The Papoose is just single chamber, right? Just a 22.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see a second one under it, but a lot of times they throw in a fake extra barrel just to make it look better.
I've always been intrigued by survival guns. I just don't want to be in a situation where I need one.
Dude, I stopped at a pawn shop today, and they had the Henry AR7 sitting there for $250.
Damn.
It looked brand new, and that's a good price. I haven't seen it that price for kind of a while now.
Yeah.
And
Why did you not buy that?
Other reasons. I've always wanted one of those though, and it's
Pretty neat.
the updated version. You know, it is the Henry, not the old version of Armalite or whatever else took over for a little while. So it had like the fiber front sight and the PEEP rear sight and the pick rail on top.
Nice, man.
So,
Damn.
yeah, I was real close to buying it, but I didn't. And
That-
not
that TP
popular, so I might go back for it.
Hope you do. Hope you do. That TPS Arms M6 takedown. That was the one where he also posted the link to the additional kit. Do y'all remember that?
Do not.
Oh man, yeah. I had that's the one I'm thinking of. There was a an add-on kit for that to sort of update some of the furniture, some OD green
Oh.
options, something like that, right?
Maybe I remember that. Let me see.
That's worth looking back at.
Let's just take a little look.
I think it had a rail or something on it. I forget what all it changed, but it was like $150, something like that, right? For the kit.
Well, I don't. What I can say is, if you
Bring it
want to
back up
see
later.
that and lots of other cool stuff, you need to go check out our Discord. He took a picture. It's with a rooster. Let me see. I'll share that. I think it's awful nice of him to share the rooster. It's kind of cool. So you have that. I mean, it does have the furniture though, Dusky. I think to your point. I mean, those are cool. I'd like to see him shoot that chicken with it.
Of course.
That's a rooster.
I don't know. Chicken, rooster. I don't know. Hey, you know cock better than I do, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Why the pervert crossed the road?
I
Because the
don't
dick was still
know.
in the chicken.
Oh,
Sorry.
What?
That's the only chicken joke I know. How fucked up is that?
I don't feel safe. TX22 chassis 3D printing. Actually, I've seen some of these pop up on Bamboo Lab and some other places where these people, TX. Hopefully, everybody's realizing that those things you can't get them because people like GatLab like to put FRTs in them and dump mags in the trash. It looks like a lot of fun, and everybody wants one. But they're printing like chassis where they connect onto the accessory rail, and then you can like come back and put a brace on it, and kind of cool. Chris, I guess we call him KJ BR5
UIT.
Yo, Whitey.
He's Whitey. Is his name Whitey? We're gonna
Yeah,
call him
that-
Whitey. He has some
Yo.
stuff on some homemade suppressors. Also cool. I recommend anybody do anything without, making sure you're doing it right. Don't want anybody getting in trouble.
Yeah, that was really cool. He shared the majority of the process with us, from even talking about planning the dimensions to
Which baffle
put in-
types, how to put the little
Yeah.
clips in them, how
Yep.
to get them all
Yep.
fitted in just right.
mouse
Fun to
hole
watch.
dimensions, all that, and then showed it on the lathe and going through the process and putting the threads in it and the caps and the assembly to testing it, and that was so cool to watch.
Dig it. I dig it. Well, Dusky, I think we start with you today. If you want to give us your rim job rundown.
Rim job and rundown. Okay. So we were it was kind of funny. We were ending last week's episode, and Dalton from Foxhound Firearms was texting me like, "Yo, you wanna jump on the on this match?" And of course I said, "Hell yeah, of course I do." He's telling me he just got one of those carts to carry your gear in. It's like the strollers with all the gun racks and shit in them. Y'all seen them?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So he was bragging about his new cart and said there's a match pretty close to me at the Central Florida Rifle Pistol Club, which is the closest one where they have matches to me, and thankfully it's only like 30 minutes, so it's pretty nice. I've been going there for a little while. But I'm like, hell yeah, I want to join a match, and so that was last weekend, just as soon as we closed out the episode, I pretty much registered to join that match. That was what's the name of it? I always get it confused. So they have the Summer Speed League, which is on Wednesdays. It was Action Steel. Did some Action Steel, which was similar to the Rimfire matches, where obviously a bunch of steel targets and arrays. But this one had a little bit of movement in it, and also you could pretty much do any division except for centerfire rifle, of course, shooting steel at close range. So I went out there. That was Saturday, and we had a fantastic fucking time, man. So this was my first time shooting Action Steel. I confuse the two leagues all the time. I'm pretty bad with it. Action Steel. So that is my fourth competition league, I believe, that I've entered so far, and that is a really fun one. It's kind of in the middle of the other leagues. There's a little bit of movement, but not too much. It's pretty speed based, pretty condensed. There's nothing that's too big of a course. They're pretty simple, but of course that's the purpose of the Action Steel, just to be pretty fast and quick. So showed up there. He had his cart. I'll share some pictures of that later. It worked well. That's about what I can say. Any of you guys have a cart? You probably guys don't do a lot of that. No, I don't either.
Nope, I just drag things
nice.
out my back door into the yard.
Drag it on out there. Yeah.
I don't have one, and look, if I saw somebody with one, I'd probably make fun of them. If I was going to do a competition, I would absolutely buy one.
Exactly.
The world, and so if I kind of get into it, I got a friend that's been pressuring me into. He wants me to do USPSA or something, but I think I'm more of a steel challenge guy at this point in my life.
Dude, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, the carts are something you may make fun of until you're tired and then everything's heavy, and then you go get one and you're like, yeah, I'm doing it too.
Oh yeah, you're just tripping over your rifle strap, dropping your ammo in the mud puddles, and like, I left my magazine on the bench 2 stages ago, and you got to run backwards to get your shit, and you're late for the next. Yeah.
There's a public range I go to, Triple N, and they have that 19 station clay course. And I'll often rent. They have carts for rent, and that's how I got familiar with them, because they have them up there, and they're pretty damn handy. It's a mile long loop, and you can be dragging all your stuff, but just super handy to have. One day I might get one, but you got one, Facebook Marketplace or something.
What does the N in Triple N stand for?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
3. You got 3 guesses.
I'm all right.
Okay. Well,
People who annoy you. Is this a South Park?
People who annoy you.
Right. The naggers.
Okay.
You want me to say it?
What a classic episode.
That's one of my favorites.
So
that's cool though. No, I mean, look, I think they make all the sense in the world. I definitely.
No, they do. They do, man. So match was a great time. I decided to go ahead and shoot some rimfire because, of course, I'm going to do that. And you can all guess probably what rimfire I shot by now. So
ask you about your Beretta?
Ask me about my Beretta, yes. It was Tuna Surprise. That was what was on the menu, tuna casserole.
Right.
Dalton shot his Glock. I believe it's his carry Glock. So he was going pistol. I shot my tuna. My old tactical tuna, of course, because I just can't put the thing down. It just works. Although it was getting dirty. It was getting dirty, man.
Put up there. What was that older gentleman asking? He seemed very surprised by what the rifle was.
Yeah, he's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a Beretta ARX made by Umarex. This and that. It's mostly plastic, but it's a hell of a cool thing." And one more person asked me about my Beretta. It tends to it draws attention. He's like, he thought it was kind of fancy. Because they sort of look it. Just tell them, yeah, it's mostly plastic. Don't worry about that. But I thought it was funny. It was a pretty funny clip.
So is the full size one. So don't worry.
People don't see those very often.
No, they're not. There's not a lot of them out there. It's fantastic, but I tell you, it was starting to get dirty. It didn't want to extract some of the rounds when I had to clear it, and I mean, you should probably clean a 22 every 1,000 rounds or so, probably, right? Especially if you're going to competition. Maybe that's something I'll start doing, cleaning my 22s. But Not that it failed or anything, but it was starting to get a little sticky there. But the match went great. The tuna did well. It always does. That's why I take it out.
Tuna surprise.
This guy, this young man, his name is German. He's probably like half my age, but he's the guy who's at all the Rimfire matches, and he always wins. And yes, he won this match too. Of course, he fucking did. This guy is awesome, man. Shout out to this kid German. I'm sure he doesn't listen or anything, but this guy, he's a really cool kid. He actually does a lot of. I probably talked about him before, but he does a lot of he'll actually do a lot of the RO at the matches. He just conducts himself very well. Very, very, very nice young man. Shoots incredibly fast. I mean, that timer goes off. I just hear, I see a blur. I hear shots, and he's freaking done. I think he beat out the next guy by like 6 seconds in the competition. It's pretty wild, but he's good. He's really good at it. But he seems to be at every freaking match, and that's damn good. But I shot pretty well at this. Now there's some caveats to that. There's I'm honestly not sure that the timer picked up on all of my shots. There was one where I actually had to do a reshoot. He's like, time, I forget what it was, 9 seconds. And I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about it. Okay, that's cool. I wonder how it went. And everybody's like, what? 9 seconds? And everybody's like, no, that wasn't 9 seconds. And so I reshot it, and he got it closer to me. So what I'm trying to say is I don't think my ranking is accurate. I don't think they got all my times. I think I did a little too well. Not that I did, amazing, but I ended up placing 24th out of 70 competitors, which was pretty fantastic. Again, I don't know how accurate that was. I probably should have reshot at least another stage or two. But I got 5th out of 10 in my division. That's Rimfire rifle. And again, with just like some of my last competitions, it's those I need to plan my stages better. And really the biggest thing is just throwing in a reload while I'm moving or not doing anything or not shooting, because again, about twice I needed about one more shot on a stage and I had to reload, and that cost me quite a bit. And that's really one of my biggest things. I just need to practice my reloads, and I need to practice incorporating them into the stages during the movement, during the times where I'm not shooting. All the just obvious stuff that's sort of hard to do in practice. So that's something I really need to just focus on, just throwing in a reload while I'm at the range, while I'm practicing. Just put it in there anytime it starts to get low and I'm in some type of lull, just swap that mag out. Just need to practice that and just make a point of it. And that's going to make a really big difference for me.
So reload, you're talking about topping off the mag between stages, or actually reloading on the course?
During the course, because of course, with 9 out of 10 of these competitions, we're clearing after the stage is complete. Yep. But just there was one where I had to start in a box, engage some linear targets, move down a path, and then go down, turn and go down another path, and then re-engage some targets. And so there's a few seconds of travel right there. And then I popped up to a rack of steel. I cleared all of them but the last one. Then I had to reload. It was just a perfect time just to throw in a reload right there before I got to the rack. I could have cleared it off, and I could have knocked off many seconds off my time and improved. Yeah. So I ended up scoring all over the place. And again, you can tell on the ones where I needed to throw in this reload. Stage 1, I got 37 out of 70. Stage 2, I got 42 out of 70. Stage 3, I got 42 again out of 70. And then stage 4, did I say that right? I got 13 out of 70. So I'm doing something right there, or the timer wasn't working. Stage 5, I might have been. I'm sorry, I can't place the stage with the happenings and this and that. I try to, but it's a lot to sort of get in for me, so I'll try to get as much coherent information to you as possible if I'm even doing that. Stage 5, I got 37. Stage 6, I got 6 somehow. Again, I don't know if that timer was. I don't think that timer was working right. and up and down throughout my division.
Take off the suppressor.
Not a
See if
big
it
deal.
works better.
I should probably just not take the suppressor, although at the same time, it's kind of like, how long can I get away with this until they tell me to, hey, dude needs to take off this suppressor, which might happen. It's just no more suppressor for you, But that was fun. That was kind of
It's just too quiet.
It's too quiet. And it's not like I'm using the subsonic ammo or the standard velocity anymore. I stopped using that. Trying to go with high velocity stuff. But it was sort of a surprise match that came out of nowhere, and it was a fantastic time. Got to shoot it with Dalton out of Foxhound Firearms. Ran his Glock. He did well too. We both pretty much placed right in the middle of the pack in our divisions. Did pretty well and had a good time. So that was my rimfire rundown, man. It was a surprise match. I'll probably be doing more. What was that? The first Saturday of the month. So I'll have one first Saturday of the month, third Saturday, and then the last Sunday of the month. I will. So try to keep it to about 3 matches a month or so. Keeps things interesting. Keep them going. I'll just need to clean my 22s, get some practice. Well, I also did manage to, speaking of rimfire, working on my little mini 1022 with the Midwest Industry chassis. I wanted to throw on that reduced power recoil spring.
Yeah.
So I had ordered that Volquartsen pack, and it came with the guide rod and a pack of springs. But all I had was my original Ruger charging handle with the spring on it, and it's captive. And there's no C-ring or anything on that. It's just got stamps in the guide rod to retain the charging handle. And I kind of didn't want, I kind of like the Ruger charging handle because it's small and it doesn't snag on things. A lot of people like those, the big people like those big knobs. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Some people have bigger knobs than others. It's just
I'm perfectly happy with my little knob. It fits perfectly in my hands. It's comfortable. It doesn't get in the way of things. So I like my little knobs. I don't want to be judged for my little knobs.
I've heard some women say that the big knobs hurt, but I don't know for a fact.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hurt anybody out here. So I just wanted to stick with my original Ruger. So I ended up yesterday taking the good old Dremel to those little nubs.
My man.
Yeah, I went spicy on it with the 80 grit. And actually, I didn't use the Dremel. I actually used my my knife sharpener on the little belt sander, with the Work Sharp. I actually buzzed it with that because I couldn't find my Dremel. And of course, I found my Dremel after that project.
Right
how that goes.
That's right.
Yes, of course, right there. But I ended up shaving those nubs off so I could pop the charging handle off, so I can keep my little knob. I keep my little knob, and I put the reduced power spring onto the Volquartsen rod, which was a little bit nicer than the original Ruger one. Then I went ahead and reassembled with the reduced power spring, the Volquartsen rod, and the Volquartsen or the Ruger charging handle, and put everything back together. So I'll be testing that. And so far, it has been cycling the Quiet Semi-22s, the Quiet Semi-Auto from CCI pretty well. I'm gonna keep testing that and see what it likes and see if that's gonna work, because that's kind of what I wanted to set it up for. Run the subsonics on those on that short barrel. Seems to be going well, and I'll update y'all.
Badass.
How it goes. So shot a match, did a little tinkering, did a little gunsmithing, #gunsmithing, finger quotes. Obviously that's
gunsmithing.
That's
seems a pretty good week though. Anything else, or again, I don't.
I like
want
it,
to cut you off.
Don't cut me off, Drew.
I'm asking. Is there anything else would you like to discuss?
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Any chance I can get the fuck with you? That's pretty much it, man.
All right.
Surprise, tuna surprise, and a little gunsmithing.
Little knob job. Look at Okus.
Little knob job.
Okus is the grandpa that tells you to pull his finger. That's what we just figured out. He's not the disappointing one. He's the cool one.
But it might not be his finger.
He's still the cool one.
And it might not just be a fart.
No, it may just be a knob.
Keep pulling.
Fuck.
Yep, keep pulling.
That could be a good show title right there. Knob job or
Knob job.
Or tuna
Dusky's
surprise.
knob job. I like the fact that he's impressed by the Nordic rods and he still got away with the smaller knob.
Hey, I do just fine with my smaller knob. It's perfectly adequate. Doesn't get in the way. It's not hitting people in the face.
I was complimenting your Volt Quartz and the Nordic rod there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's good. Okay, well, Dan, how is your rimfire rundown this week?
Well, it's been a pretty awful work week since last week. This week has been bad. Been real busy. But I tried to make a few minutes for myself here and there to enjoy the finer things in life, like all my guns, or at least a couple of them. Offering an update on that CV Life brass catcher that I talked about because it's cheap and it works really well. It's got the zipper bag on the bottom, the zipper on the bottom of the bag to catch. It's got an adjustable slider right there so you can reposition where it's catching the brass at for different positions in your ejection port. And then this is really just a QD thing that goes onto a pick rail. And this is what I had emailed them about previously. Now, this is not the one that I think I showed before. This is one I ordered specifically because I wanted 2 more of these. They said they checked the warehouse and couldn't find any spares. They didn't have a way to sell just these. So I went ahead and paid $20 more to get a full new brass catcher just so I could have 2 more mounts. Because I plan to distribute them around because I really like it that much.
That's awesome.
I feel silly paying $20 for a whole nother one just for 2 little plastic pieces with a screw through the middle. But
cheaper than a 3D printer.
Well, I may look into figuring out how to do one of these with a 3D printer if I can mock it up and maybe not have one that screws in but just kind of clips into place and then doesn't slip off. It might be something I try doing. I don't know, but it's worth it. So I guess I'm just going to have a second one to move around from gun to gun because I have extra mounts now like I've been wanting for the last couple of months. Other than that,
you don't want to be inside the brass catcher?
Oh, that was a whole different project I did a long time ago. Let's not talk about that. Although
Get your mesh out.
I do know how to work some mesh. I do know.
We want to see this.
I'm the king of mesh and wood.
We want to see this.
Whole different story.
Did you get that Walther back? The Walther
I did.
See,
it took 9 days from the time it shipped out to the time it delivered back to my doorstep.
Hey, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so from having one barrel fit and the other barrel not fit at all, now they both fit in pretty tight. So
that is fantastic.
They didn't, throw in any extra magazines or anything, which kind of surprised me because sometimes places do that, but they didn't do that, and that's fine. 9 days is a pretty good turnaround.
9 days with an actual fix. That's fantastic.
Yes, and also I got this thing showed up because my FFL was changing his license type, so my Bowers Biddy got done in about 24 hours on a trust.
Oh, nice.
Because they wanted to make sure that they transferred out everything in his queue.
Yeah, he was doing a closeout thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy about that because the other 2 suppressors I ordered like a week beforehand, haven't heard anything about those, and I expect there's going to be another month on those. But yeah, this thing really is tiny, and compared to a traditional beer can, it is right about the same width.
Oh wow!
It's really small.
Which can is that again? I'm sorry.
The Bowers Biddy.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good news in my week, other than the fact that I haven't had time to play with any of it.
Sounds like you're through the bullshit though.
Yeah. We had a 2-day audit that is now over, and I think I did okay. So yeah, I'll be all right. But I also had a shipment come in that included those Gemtech QDA adapters that I heard were really good, and that may be true for somebody else, but not for me. So I'm kind of disappointed by the way they worked out. Let's see if I can make this video switch over and not fail completely at life.
You did it.
So this is the QDA adapter.
All right.
So it has this little keyed quad mount.
Okay.
And these things just thread right onto any 1/2 by 28 barrel.
Okay.
The problem is that because they're keyed, it's a pain in the butt to try to find exactly the right way to get it to go through. And I thought I was doing something wrong because 2 of them, of the 4 that I have, go in. The other 2 do not go in at all.
Are those keys timed? Is there a
Yeah. So with the 4 of them,
sized?
You keep
Yes.
turning until one of them
Okay.
slips right
Okay.
in.
What's the word? You know what I mean, I think. Seems like.
Fitted something.
Yeah.
So
Stuff.
maybe those are the ones that don't work. I don't know. But you saw me turn in all 4 there, and it just did not want to go.
Hey, you want to try to load a magazine?
This one kind of goes. It's super tight,
Oh yeah,
and then it just don't do that.
that's super
Don't
tight.
sully this.
Do this. Okay,
You
yeah.
think we can help it?
So 2
Hey,
of them
you got
kind
any
of go
lube?
in. Like
Got
that
any
one.
lube?
Oh, they're very oily. You can kind of see my finger getting greased up already.
Hey,
It's the same
can you get
moist.
close up with your finger?
You know, I like to lube up my finger, get it nice and greasy before
There
things
we
slip
go.
in. So, yeah.
Smell it.
Oh, before insertion, for sure.
So, and it gets crazier than that because inside of there is a little metal ring to help keep it centered,
Yeah.
and then there's like a wave spring behind that just to give it tension.
Oh yeah.
And then further inside, there's like a little, and the lighting is terrible on this, but there is a rim that it has to slip into. And that rim seems to be a little too small for all 4 of my adapters.
So if you try to fit it in there now without the spring in there, it's still
It
chokes
locks
up
up
at that
You can
last
see
spot.
It doesn't really get past the lugs, which means that I can't lock it into place like a regular QD adapter. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I need to get in there and give it a really good cleaning or what. It's just a pain in my butt. So I may just call up Gemtech and give them some unpleasant words or some disappointment in their mothers and how they were raised. Could go either way.
I mean, that's maybe a little bit much.
Is it though? I mean,
What a
these,
gentle
Yeah.
70. Jesus, Pete.
but yeah, some
Yeah,
of
start
these
off easy.
they're already getting a little beat up just from trying. And I've watching other people's videos. Yeah, it should go in just fine, but mine, I kind of have to work it like one of the M4 QD adapters and use the collar first, and then screw the rest of the adapter on, and it'll fit that way. But it doesn't, it doesn't work quite right. So I'm a little confused as to how it's supposed to be. So I might.
That's why you don't want a big knob.
Yeah, a smaller knob would have been better in this circumstance.
Oh, that's
Telling you.
2 out of 2, man. What are we doing tonight, Drew? Are we voting on knobs? What are we doing?
It's
I'll
not
tell
a
you.
job. It's a job tonight.
So yeah, that's
right.
all I got. I plan to spend a little bit of time with these over the weekend, see what I can make work. At least get the rifle going and try it out. Put one of my Gideons on it or something, because I think I've still got one sitting there waiting to be used that I pulled off of something else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Cool.
like.
You got anything else, Dan, or is that?
No, that's all the
Oh, yeah.
rimfire I've been doing. I did go out and shoot a little bit, just a couple of magazines through the other day before work, because I knew it was going to be a stressful day and I wanted the relaxation up ahead of time.
Good for
And it
you.
helped. I just kind of walked out the back door, stood at like 40 yards, popped a magazine or 2 full of steel targets, just clanging all of them. And I felt good. Then I went to work and I felt less good, but it worked out.
That's funny you mentioned that. After my steel match, I packed up all my stuff, said see ya to all the fuckers, and got in the truck, got in the car, started going through my phone, about to get ready to drive off, and dude calls from work like, "Hey, where you at?" Like, I'm on my way back in town. I could be back in about 30 minutes. He's like, "Yeah, somebody broke some shit. Could you come and fix it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I ended up working about a couple of hours after the match, but I had that Dr. Scary Guy energy where I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's going to be a good day, no matter what.
Right on.
I know the feeling.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. It's not that funny, though.
It's all right.
Funny, but
all right.
true.
All right. Well, so Dan, you're all done. I don't know
Please
if I talked
proceed,
about it
sir.
last week. Thank you. I'm sure I talked about it last week, but I got my Franklin Armory F17X, the 17 Winchester Superman. I got that back from the shop. It's got a trigger swap. It's got a radiant safety and charging handle and single point sling attachment. I got it Cerakoted in Jesse James Eastern Front green, and it's just really, really nice. I hope to get to shoot it this weekend.
Put it on screen. Put it on screen.
I'm okay.
Put them on the glass. Let's go, man. Let's see it.
You're right.
Did you send it to the shop to get not just the color done, but also parts?
So yeah, I mean, normally I would. Yeah, normally I'd throw those parts on, but since he has it apart Cerakoting it, I just drop off the parts with it to my gunsmith.
Okay.
You just toss it all in there. I gotta find my decent picture of it here.
You usually do most of your own work though, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, like on the MP1522, obviously having Cerakoted that, so like all the parts on that I swap, and I can take a. I'm a glorified armorer. I am not.
Did you tinker with your mark yet? Rigger mark?
I have it in my hands. I have not tinkered with it yet, but
you should just do that on the show. You should do that live on the show. Install all your upgrades live so we can see.
I do not think that's a good idea.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Everybody else doing it.
I'm definitely gonna take some pictures of it. But yeah, this is the gun that I won on WLS Posse.
Fucking dog.
Getting Sean, I hoard myself out online for a couple months. I got a bunch of clicks, and he sent me this gun, and it's awesome. And if you've never shot a 17 Winchester Super Mag, man, they're fun. I mean, it's 20 grain bullet, 3,000 feet per second. A lot of fun. Got a Gideon Guardian 1:8 second focal plane on there. It's fantastic. It does great for this kind of thing. And I'm trying to think, that's random Steel City Arsenal trigger in there, and then just some Radian stuff. It's kind of just random parts that I had laying around, threw into it. Really fun gun though. I'm happy how I like how that turned out. As you were talking about, Dusky, so we got the Mark III. We're gonna do kind of a bargain build, kind of show people, although many of our folks know more about this than we do, but show people that
show the people.
Show the people. Show them just, for a couple $100, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. You can take an old pistol that you've had sitting around and you can really dress it up, do some cool stuff. Tandem Cross sent me, not us, you don't get it.
Yeah, we know.
Optic.
Yeah, I got a trigger, like what, $40-$50. Springs are pretty cheap. I think I bought my hammer disconnect for $10 or something,
Yeah, I got like the Victory trigger. It's got the charging loop, the optic mount, the cool thing. I actually asked them their suggestions of what they would want to see on a gun. And they sent me the Eagle Eye fiber optic sight set.
Nice.
And I wasn't sure about it, but they're optic. I mean, they're for co-witnessing. They're tall sights that replace your sights. Gideon, our good friend Bob, was nice enough to send an Omega for this. But and then I bought those Hogue grips, put it on there. So I mean, I think it's gonna be a pretty sweet little pistol. I might shoot steel match with it. We'll see. I have that other one too, but excited about it. It's gonna be pretty cool. And then in my surfing on the internet, did anybody know Sanfolio makes a 22 pistol?
Not until you pointed out yesterday. God damn.
I mean, dude, I had no idea. And I mean, and I'll say this on their website, they just have this thing in red with red. I'm not a red guy. I saw some other colors, and it is, I wish it wasn't
Calico-ish.
Well, yeah, Tanfos they're like CZ75s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've got some friends that shoot competitively.
Looks that way.
This one is, but most of their guns are CZ75s. And so I've got some friends that love Tanfos. They shoot them a lot. I've got a friend, I don't know how many thousand. I mean, he shoots competitively with it and just runs thousands and thousands of rounds through. He's got like 6 Tanfos that are like three pairs all set up the same kind of thing. And that's his TISM. But I'm kind of, I wish it was optic cut, but I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, so Tanfo has some weird stuff. I mean, they're, let me just pull. I don't know if you've never gone down the Tanfo rabbit hole.
I don't know with that slide the way it is if they can cut it. Looks like it's sort of
No.
recessed into the frame like a CZ a whole lot, and there's not a lot exposed up top. Is that
That's exactly what they are.
saying that right?
That's
You're
Basically,
probably
exactly what
right.
it is.
Yeah.
because I mean, like
So
the Gideon Pebble kind of mounts to the dovetail and then it clamps down on
Could do
top.
that.
They might have a way to do that with that gun.
I don't. Oh yeah, it's just 22. What am I thinking? Yeah, that could work for that then.
But they do some different guns. I mean, look at this choice of the grip.
It was.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of.
Hey, it's
I don't mind.
Italian. Of course, it's a Gladiator.
I don't mind it.
I would change the grip,
I
but I like.
I started to when I saw it, but I don't care.
You just buy
good
your
luck with
spaghetti
that,
blaster
by the
and
way.
be happy with it.
I would shoot the shit out of that, dude.
Oh no! It's
How much is that one? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
not cheap.
Oh no,
Um,
the Pro. The
Go back to that red one. I like the price of that red one.
Yeah, that's
They actually got
22.
a blue one. You got a gay blue one.
Oh, well, that's
Man likes
why.
it.
Okay.
Get a little blue. Huh?
You know what you should do, Drew? You should buy the blue one and then Cerakote green.
I would. I wouldn't keep it. Actually,
I know you
okay,
would.
wait. That's a
I've
threaded
seen
barrel.
you.
There's a green
See
one
what
right
you do.
there.
No, that's
Ah.
that green is not 22. Hexagon P. Yeah, I mean they just do. A lot of them are really competition focused. If you've never checked them out, they're interesting.
Yeah, like the
It's-
number
it's-
one. The number one was it IPSC, whatever it is, or whatever they call it in Europe. Their version in Europe. Like the number one shooter shot those for years before he went
Really?
to CZ. He just went there like a year ago, maybe 2. But he
Dude,
ran
nice.
world record seasons back to back for like 5 years shooting Tanfoglio pistols.
They're nice guns.
Yeah, I've got a knockoff. So it's a Turkish
Oh, yeah.
knockoff, an Italian knockoff of a CZ.
I like it. I like it. The SAR,
That is it. The K12.
dude. The SARs are great. I like those. I like those a lot. Well, Gat, you're up for rimfire.
Oh man, let's see what we got. Brass catchers. No.
Hey, talk about your ram line thing. What the hell is that?
Thing. Excuse me, sir.
I'm gonna
Okay.
share that too because
It's a
that's.
pistol.
Oh, you have it. Oh, you have it. Never mind. I'm not sharing the picture. Okay, here we go. Pull it up. Show it up on screen. You're on your big screen.
Yeah, we're all everybody's clear just to make sure.
That's a good thing to
Magazines
do.
are completely empty. I got this from my brother a while back, and it's ooh, man, she's ugly. Ramline Incorporated. It's called the Ramtech Extractor Compact. It's like this little 4.5-inch barrel on it. Super easy, like uncomplicated design. It is pretty much a zip gun with a grip.
Zip with a grip.
Yeah, pretty much. Here we go. This is it back here. Way back here underneath the charging handle is this set screw or Allen screw. Pull that out, and then the receiver will come out of the frame, and it's a pipe, dude. There's literally like 5 parts to this thing. But it was in the bottom of a boat, in the bottom of a tackle box for like 30 years. And he brought it to me about a year and a half ago and asked if I can clean it up or do anything with it. So we learned how to take it apart. We cleaned it with brake cleaner, and then we literally threw it in the sink, brushed it all out, and hung it up and painted it with high temp black, like barbecue pit primer. It looks brand new. It looks brand new. It's ugly. All the weight is above your axis, like your grip axis. There's no weight below your finger here. It's all up here, so it's very awkward to handle. The sights are atrocious. The gun itself, not bad. If you got a loaded magazine, charging it is pretty. It's like twice as hard to charge it loaded. You going? Finally, thank you. But it's a cool gun, man. It's literally what it's made to do. It does. You can throw it in a mud puddle. You can throw it in the back of a truck, under the seat. It makes no difference. One of the cool comments we had, actually, I think it was from Chris. Might have. He asked about the magazines. And they are sort of, we talked about this early on, I think maybe episode 1 or 2, about the 22 double stack almost.
Right.
So the rims stagger one on it, they alternate on height as they come up, but the tips of the bullets are in line. So from the top, they would sit sort of like this, one on top of the other as they come up. So this is actually like a 15 or 16 round magazine. That would be normally about an 8 or 10 round inline mag. So it's pretty cool.
Similar to what they're doing, like the SIG 322 does that, right? Same kind of thing.
The Taurus TX22 mags, they do the same thing.
This might just be like the earliest gun to do that.
Maybe so. They've been around for a long, long time. One of these guns and the AR7 were in my brother's Nova. One was in the back window, one was in the console. As long as I can remember growing up. We were talking about those AR7s earlier, the survival rifles. Him and his friends had that thing in such bad places for doing just whatever with it down here in the bayou for so long that they let it get gunked up. Like
they
without
float,
cleaning
though.
it. What's that?
The AR7 floats when you put it all into its stock.
Yeah, of course.
Crazy.
But they kept it assembled. But they shot it so much in such poor condition and went without cleaning it that the last time we had that thing out, I remember that was probably 10 years old. Put the magazine in it and you drop the bolt and it would shoot all 10 rounds. Like the sear just would not engage anymore. It was so filthy on the inside and worn out from river silt and sand and everything. It was like a little 10-round open bolt sub gun. It was so bad. Fun. Don't get me wrong. It was great. It was fun. So yeah, I found this in the back of the saber. Totally forgot I had it. Made a comment the other day and posted it on the Instagrams. Cool little ride. Just pretty neat. Literally nothing to it. This is like a range gun. It's like this is what you use when you're walking out there in the tall grass, man. This is it. This is what it does. It'll run CCI rad shot. It'll run CB caps. It'll run subsonic. No, it won't run subs. Yeah, it might. It likes hot ammo. So, oh God, Dave. It was a cat. Yes, you can pet it next time you see it. And those are features. The AR7 was a feature of itself. Jesus, Pete. All of it. The cool thing, like all of it, just threading the barrel to the disassembly, the fact that it floats. But yeah, that was like a core memory when I was a kid, hanging out with my brother and his friends. That thing just ripping magazine after magazine. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then for the actual show notes, I've got 2 of the TX22 chassis, the printed chassis, but I forgot to bring them in the room with me. They're out in the shop, so I'm not going to run and get those. Reached out to Root Guru and Raggle Fraggle 2 or 3 days ago. Our local organization is putting up our Steel Challenge match Sunday morning, weather pending. They took them off of practice score. So they unlisted all the Steel Challenge matches. And then the next morning, the guy that runs the group posted on his Facebook page that they were going to try to get it up for Sunday the 14th. So we're all signed up. So 3 of the guys from Rimfire are going to go do competition shit together finally. We'll have something to talk about in a couple weeks.
Nice.
Try not to let Dusky be the only one doing it. But pertaining to our conversation a couple of weeks ago with Dooley and Garth, we are we're gonna run the M4.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Umarix Colt M4 training rifle that Rougarou is kind enough to let me borrow for the time being. He's got
that is fucking cool.
Yeah, so we got 25 round mags. That's 75 rounds per stage. One mag should get us through, hopefully. But anyway, I found this cool little. This is an old Browning. It's like an ACOG knockoff 1X.
I like it.
Yeah, it's got I don't know if we can get that on the camera or not, but it's actually got little bitty red crosshairs. Almost, I see a glare. Anyway, It's got like a 1994. It's just a crossbar for a red dot.
Okay.
So we're gonna go retro with all the old FUDs and see how aggravated they'll get.
That's badass. And you're shooting that at a steel match?
Yeah, speed
Right?
shooter skill challenge.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wear my chest rig and everything just to see what kind of looks
Do
we
it.
can get. Yeah, just to see what kind of looks we can get. Like a Raggle. If you want to borrow an actual ACOG, I have one. No, because then I want to go buy one of those too. Thank you though. I love you. You're such a nice friend. The worst kind of best friends ever. All of you. So yeah, that's it, man. We're gonna do this thing, and then last note for Rimfire is I took the old J.C. Higgins, the vintage rifle with the built-in shoulder strap. I dropped it off yesterday to get threaded.
Oh yeah, that'll be hot.
Yeah, it'll be ridiculous. Oh, and good news, bad news. If Zero send the suppressor down, the 3D printed polymer printer printed baffle thing, they sent it.
Go on.
It got delivered,
Nice.
and my SOT is out for the week with this kid at summer camp.
Oh, okay. Not too bad.
Now I leave Sunday for Houston for a week for work. So it'll be at least 2 weeks before I even see it, much less get a chance to mess with it and shoot it.
Dang, dude.
That's okay.
Can't catch
The
a
guys
break.
at Zero Shift, or Shift Zero, I'm sorry, I keep saying it backwards. Shift Zero were really cool about the timeline. They told me just do what I want to with it and let them know how much I like it. Or don't. Give
Okay.
it back to them. So
Okay.
I'm not any pressure
Sweet.
from them. I'm just a little disappointed. Summer
Yeah, I'm
camp
sure you want to.
Kids. What are you going to do with this kid?
Damn kids. Damn
Yeah.
kids.
Dusty,
All right.
what do you have in your hand, man?
Two
Is it
things.
weed?
Which hand?
Yeah.
Is that
Are you passing the Dutchie to yourself right now?
Yeah. My man. All right. Florida be
Oh,
wild.
yeah. Well, so you got, is that all you got, Gat? Anything else?
No, that's it for Rimfire. And
All right.
We're
Let's
already
move
now
into
ready.
Center Fire Detour. Dusky, you're up.
I'm up. I don't have too much. We'll talk about what I have. Center Fire Detour. Really, the biggest thing was just a little bit of a range trip. Sunday, of course, after my match, day after the match, had to go. We were on the side of town where the property is, where we can shoot. So we just swung by, had a little date, me and myself and my lady. Brought a couple of 380s and my 25 ACP, just having a good old time. Gotta love the shooting the 25. Something about shooting a 25. I don't know. Love that little gun. Fun as hell to shoot. I'm just buying time when I find my show notes. Yep. Little range date, 25 ACP. Sorry, what's that, Dan?
Which one was it? Was it the Beretta?
Which one? Yeah, the Beretta Jetfire with the, I think it's the Jetfire. Yeah, 25 ACP Jetfire with my little Cerakote job on it. Remember that guy?
Okay, yeah.
It's just so much fun to shoot. But that and brought out the Bodyguard 2.0, brought out the 380 Smith & Wesson M&P Easy Shield 2.0, 3.0, 380. Insert Smith & Wesson name here. And so I had talked about that EZ to where about how it likes certain hotter rounds, and we were shooting some of that Blazer aluminum cased, and it wasn't cycling very well. I was kind of going back and forth with it. I don't know if it just needed a break-in period, which guns shouldn't really. Some of them might, but I didn't feel like it should. I feel like it should be running. I wasn't super happy with it. I wasn't as confident in it because it's something we want to prove and depend on. It will be a defensive firearm in the line of go-to guns. It will likely be carried at some point. So I want to make sure it works. If it's not, we're gonna do something. I don't know if it maybe because it got Cerakoted, maybe some of the Cerakote, some of the tolerances were just a little bit tight. It felt good. Just for the most part, it would run well. When I shot it, it would generally run very well. When my lady would shoot it, she doesn't have as good of a grip, so sometimes it wouldn't cycle properly. And so we brought it out, and it got to the point where she almost had to rack every. It was like, okay, something's going on. So I don't remember why, but I ended up taking it apart, and I look in the thing, and that's when I realized. So I don't know how many hundreds of rounds we shot through this thing, but I take it apart and I look and I realize that there has not been a single drop of oil in this gun the entire time. It is bone. It's not just like a little bit there. There is nothing in there. There is not a trace of oil or moisture or anything wet at all whatsoever. So my dumbass just put some fucking lube in the gun. We did that, and guess what? It ran 100% with every ammo that we put in.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Dude, you know how just the mix of feelings that come from just something that blatant and that dumb. It's first of all, there's the relief. Like, oh my gosh, the pistol, it is actually working. It can be reliable. It can be dependable. And this thing that I have is actually working and not giving me problems. And the other side of it is, how fucking dumb am I to just not look at it, not consider that, not to take it apart, while we're trying to address some issues. Just, I don't know, shoot it some more, hold it better, telling somebody they're doing it wrong. I don't know, but how fucking dumb was that? And then, we greased it up and ran hundreds of rounds, all the different ammo, the aluminum case, the brass case. And it's running fantastic, and it's running like a fucking Smith & Wesson should. So that was just a light bulb moment. There's nothing I have to tell you guys. Probably not a thing that happens to most people, but
I think
sure shit like that happens. Shit like that happens to everybody, but
yeah, we do.
You would think, how many hundreds of rounds is it going to take before you just, maybe clean it, maybe, do the things that everybody would think of to do. But yeah, there was not a single drop of oil to be found, not a freaking molecule of fucking grease inside of the gun the whole time. So yeah, the relief and the disappointment and the embarrassment is all at a very high level. But the relief is really up there.
Where are you getting your 25 ammo, and how much is it costing you?
It costs way too much, and I block that from my mind, and I buy it every now and then when I find some on sale.
I understand.
I have like 3 boxes on the shelf. Every now and then I'll grab one and I'll take it and I'll shoot it. But yeah.
I get it.
No, we all do dumb shit like that. It's like that saying, it's always in the last place you look. Yeah, because you fucking stop looking.
Yes, but we've all looked for how many hours for a detent that was actually in the place that we did look, and all the other things I can go off. But there was a moment, and again, the relief is, it's a huge relief to know that this thing we want to rely on is going to be working, and it's a huge embarrassment to know that I don't know how a gun works. You put the wet stuff.
Thing I've heard.
Put the wet stuff on the gun. Yeah. Wet stuff on gun good.
Okayus said you smoothed it out with a friction like a high-end stoning job. So see?
I did. That's exactly what I did. Smooth off. Knock those tips smooth off.
And Country Boy Guns called you an idiot. So, good.
It's deserved. It is deserved.
Nicely done.
But, yeah. Yep. So that was pretty much my center fire. That was, let's just move on and
no worries.
Just call it a win.
Dan?
No? Okay, let's move on anyway.
Hello.
Dan, what do you got?
Nothing. I think last week I said I had found, or I'd got that H3 buffer and was going to install it, or had installed it but hadn't shot it yet.
Right.
I shot it yet. Now. Have done. It's done. It did happen.
Drop the gun?
Yeah, the gun is gunning. Gunning for targets.
Mine too.
It worked pretty good. I
want a gun.
I meant to really kind of FRT the FRT as much as possible, but I was having fun shooting bursts around. It was another one of those I got to go to work, but I'm going to do this anyway situations.
Made your day better, didn't it?
It did. It only took me a few minutes to get through that magazine. It was funny because it was the magazine that I had in that AR sitting next to it, and I was about to shoot, and I was like, which magazine is this? And it was my Green Tips. And I was like, let me just get the regular ball ammo because I don't think I need Green Tips for that. So I swapped out to just a regular 5.56 ball ammo and blasted away. Had a good time with that. I'm looking forward to trying again and remembering to try out different things with it. It's going to be expensive because that stuff don't come cheap, but that's what we're here for. What else? So I got out of work a little earlier than expected today. All the hard work was over, and my dog had to be put into puppy daycare for the day because my wife was off doing some things, and she couldn't care for the dog while we were both gone all day.
You can't leave your dog home for a day?
I can, but it's really hot outside sometimes, and he doesn't like heat very well. He doesn't do well in the direct sun and heat, and we haven't set up a lot of shade and cool for him. So I can't leave him inside for that many hours without it being a mess. Also, the puppy daycare is a nice place. We like those people, and they take really good care of him. He has a lot of fun because he's the only dog we have here. He has nothing except us, so we don't want to leave him sitting around for 10, 11 hours, pooping up the house and being alone.
Okay, that's a little bit of stretch then. I got you.
Right. Because I was out at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was driving out, and my wife had to be an hour and a half away for most of the day. So I got home after I picked up the dog at 5, came home at like 6. She was home just a little before me. So it was a long time.
I gotcha.
But I did have an hour or two to kill. So, being who I am and doing what we do, I was like, well, let me just stop into that gun shop, which was a pawn shop that used to be a little further out. And then they took over a smaller one, and it has improved the quality dramatically. I keep buying things from them on accident when I go in there. And today is no exception to that one. So I think since they moved less than a year ago, this is probably gun number 5 or 6 I bought from them.
On accident?
It was an accident. I didn't mean to, but I was there. And it is a Ruger P89.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're beefy. And it was...
Go on.
It's big, it's ugly, it's kind of heavy.
Oh, yeah. So nice. Pretty good condition.
It's
God,
in a really good
sounds
condition.
like it was cast in sand. Holy shit.
It feels smooth though. There's no real marks on this. Didn't even see the holster wear. It has a 15-round magazine, so I feel like it's from somebody put a magazine in that was after 2004. Because I know 20 years ago I bought what appeared to be this exact same model, same color pattern. Because they had 4 different P89s there. And this was the one with the two-tone that I remember having, and I sold off a long time ago because I didn't have as much money, and I was like, well, let me buy something that's a little more fantastic, and I probably bought a Glock and sold that afterwards. But ever since then, I've been, keeping my eye open for something that looked exactly like this in the P89 family. But that was just the P89s. They had probably 5 or 6 other P-Series pistols. And they had this thing marked at $359, which is a little bit more than I would want to pay for a P89, although it's about the same price as you would have expected 20 years ago. These guns are inflation proof. He wound up selling it for $320 in tax, and 20 years ago, I think I paid $315 in tax.
Solid investment. It's kind of like I saw the Kimber stainless 2 the other day for like $750, and I was like, that's about what I paid for mine in 2003. Yeah,
and those things haven't been made for a while, and they're goofy and they're funky, and they've got their own weirdnesses. Like, let me pull this thing back out. Magazine fell. So
drops free very well, doesn't it?
Pistols will have that ejector. I don't know if you can see that in there somewhere.
Yep.
Little line.
Just a tip.
It's pinned into the frame. It does something, to pop it out. But with this one, the ejector is a whole metal plate that is spring-loaded that flops back and forth. It's wild. So if you want to take this thing down, you have to work with that to get it to not bind up on you. But, you know, if I may put on my Tony Simon hat, if you don't know Ruger, that company is the one that created casting metal parts in these composite metals and lightweight with high strength. And everybody else has been trying to copy it along the way before they went over to plastics. And a lot of them are still using composite materials that are casted or metal injected or whatever you want to go with now. But Ruger kind of started this whole trend. So it's not like a big, heavy steel gun. It is a composite metal with aluminums and whatever which brew of metals they have put in there. So it's a little lighter than you would think for the size, because you can put it next to like an old Smith & Wesson 59, 69, whatever you want to call it, one of those series pistols. It's just nowhere near as heavy.
We truly live in the golden age of cast metal parts.
The golden age of cast metal parts. We're past the golden age because that's where the Rugers were coming from, and now everybody's gone to polymers, and they're trying to go back to some cast metal parts. And I don't think they're doing it as well as Ruger used to. I have some bad things to say about Bill Ruger and the decisions he made way back when, but this pistol was not one of the worst things he ever did. They were good guns. Way back when, it was heavy and I didn't want it, so I sold it and I felt dumb. But now I've solved that problem. I have one again, and I don't think I'm going to sell this one. So it's going to be there as a heavy gun. For all I know, with the materials it is and looking kind of stainlessy, it might turn into the toilet tank gun. It could be anything. It might be a shower gun. I don't know.
Do you keep the toilet tank gun next to the poop knife, or how does that work?
No, the poop knife goes with me every day. That's a easy knife.
All right.
But the toilet tank gun, I don't have a dedicated one. I just have the sweatpants gun or shorts gun, Ruger LCP.
All right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I think that's all I had. The only other thing that went on there was I found out that pawn shop before they moved used to be the old pawn shop for Mr. Guns and Gear. I forgot that he lives just up the road. So one of these days I probably had to try to get a hold of him and go visit, hang out, fondle his things. Or apparently because he has to go to other ranges, and he has access to everywhere he wants now. But I have a backyard and a couch, dude. Come on over. Whatever. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
That's not creepy at all. Yeah, go check out Dan's couch. Yeah.
It's not black leather in a white room. Don't worry about it.
Wait. You could have just said I've got a range in my backyard. You didn't have to say couch. I was like, what?
Yeah, dude, the couch.
I didn't mean it that way.
Go for it.
Stop making me feel bad. I was just trying to be inviting, not creepy.
Here's to tell him not to don't bring a black light.
I mean, that's just good advice everywhere you go, though.
Just generally good. So Gat, talk to us. What?
Let me scroll my notes.
Get your notes up, burn time, because I know I do the same thing. I'll talk.
Yeah, no, actually, I've got more than one monitor now, and I'm not even on my phone, so this is good. Look
at you being all prepared.
A couple of weeks, I know, it's crazy. A couple of weeks ago, I got my first receiver FBR, and emphatically had my engravings done in Comic Sans because the ATF is a joke, so I figured I'd just go right along with that. Fixed stock short barrel. I got a Mark 18 RIS 2 FSB cutout. This is a complete Chinese knockoff. I was not going to pay $340 for a quad rail, but I found this.
You're never going to go broke with an attitude like that.
Not on this. No. Other things.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
He'll get there.
That's fine.
In its original iteration, it had a 6-inch muzzle device, like a XM177 kind of thing. Pin and welded.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to talk to my guy, the local guy, see if he can do it, and he couldn't do it at the time, so I came home and gave it a shot. I went to the bench with the Bubba Dremel. And the guy who performed this is a question for everybody here, Dan, whoever. Pin and weld features. Have you guys ever had these done? Any of you?
I've had one pin. I have one pin and weld rifle.
I've got one, and I have not shot it that much since I did, but the QD on the suppressor works just fine.
But you, Drew?
Are you asking if I have a pin and weld?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a 14.5 pin and weld URGI upper on my High Point URGI.
Would any of you happen to know what like the standard process or procedure for pinning and welding would be like if you were doing the actual work to do the pin and weld?
Vaguely.
You drill a hole, right? You drill a hole and then weld it.
Drill it, pin it, weld it.
It's a dimple,
Yeah.
right? A dimple in the threads.
It's got to
okay.
go the threads
Okay.
and maybe welded in place.
So when I looked it up, and of course this is the internet, so this could have been completely wrong. Dimple the muzzle threads, put your device on it, pin it, and you run a weld bead over the top of the hole.
Okay.
So the pin can't come out. You don't actually attach
the pin in. Okay.
You don't actually attach the pin to the barrel.
No, you're just
Right.
sealing it in with the outs from the outside.
The drill
See, the-
hole, and then you do a blind pin and weld it.
That's what my guy did.
The thing is, a lot of places they have a different interpretation of this process.
Right. So, but I
Yeah.
paid a pro. I paid a gun shop to do this years ago. But guess what
Right.
that guy did?
Okay,
He
let's see.
welded
He welded he ran the bead completely down the hole for the pre-drilled hole, right?
Of course.
Anyway, I finally put enough Dremel and elbow grease and anger and whatever childhood animosity into it, and I got it off. But I mucked up the threads. So
Easy to do.
You're still a gunsmith now. Don't worry about it.
right. So in my I'll just grab the cheapest thing I got and put it back on there and like correct the threads.
Yeah.
I thought I did, but I didn't.
Cross
So I ended up just taking the threads on my newest suppressor out of round because I couldn't tell if he had hard material left in the threading or if he welded so long to get that bead that fucking deep that he changed the hardness on the threads. But it screwed up.
Shit.
My,
Is that a mount you can just swap out though?
It is now. So
Okay.
just to make this as accurate as I could, and I've fallen in love with this thing years ago when I saw it. The 10.5-inch front side face fixed stock. We're doing our thing. This is original AAC 51 tooth ratchet, right? And the first can I was able to find and buy was one of these sitting on the shelf. So it is semi-permanently attached, and it's not coming off now. But this is the glory of like GWAT 2010. This is it.
Hell yeah, it is.
R18 AAC 762 SDN ratchet mount. This is my, I don't want to say pride and joy, man, but I love this little gun. And I took the carbine fixed stock and I pulled it back off the tube about 1.5 inches, and I drilled a hole through this part right here. So now this is
What does that
fixed. It's fixed. It's just 1.5 inches longer length of pull because I've got gorilla arms and shoulders. So instead of being tucked up right against the sight, I got it off my face, right? But it's still fixed. It doesn't move. So there's a fixed stock short barrel. My first approval. Got my suppressor. But I fucked up one of my other cans trying to get this autistic project because I'm not patient with the stuff. Once I start, if I go to the bench, I want it done before I leave the bench. And this is what I did. I tear shit up. Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah. It's got to be a common genetic, the genetic denominator between the three of us, 5 of us, whatever.
Something like that.
But the guy that's threading my JC Wiggins, when I talked to him, I was like, man, I think I don't think I cross-threaded it, but I may have walled out some threads on my can. Can you take a look at it? And he put it in his vise. He had a set of taps, nice taps with the big T handle on it. He put a big old drop of lube, since we were talking about that earlier too.
Add some lube.
And he ran it in, and then it came out perfect. So I got my can fixed. He didn't charge me for this.
He just chased the threads and cleaned them up a bit. That's all it needed.
Man, yeah. Then he ran it like 2 or 3 times. And he took it off, and he ran an older. He ran it on the barrel of an older broken in gun, something really easy to screw it onto.
Yeah.
So it's all clean. He blew it out with some compressed air, and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry about that, man. Just I'll let you know when your other gun is ready." So
right
it would
on.
have been $5 or $35 job. He didn't even charge me for, so I appreciate that.
That's a relief, huh?
Yeah, and look, he's so much like Chris. Yeah, you white or you white boy, whatever. What's his name? No, I'm kidding.
UYT.
Chris Whitey. That was it. Just like Whitey, he's a home-based SOT manufacturer, Class 7, Class 4, Class 3. His name is Ethan. I'll give him a shout out. He's a cool guy. His name is Ethan Lee, military veteran. He was a participant on Forged in Fire, the old Discovery show.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah. He won the episode he was on, and
Nice.
now he makes suppressors and knives. And you can find him. I tell you what, funny enough, we were talking about the Beretta Jaguar.
Oh yeah.
TFB TV or one of their channels. Yo, White. James Reeves he done a review of that pistol at his range in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and he grabbed a can and he put it on. And he's like, "What is this thing?" And the shop manager's like, "Yeah, it's from." He said up the road. It's Ely Suppression. That's him. Same guy. They ran the suppressor in that video. So it's capital ELEE, all caps, ELEE, Ely Suppressors, Facebook, website. He's got some cool nomenclature. His 22 can is named after a salvage submarine, like the little micro diving salvage submarines, the NR1.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. So just a little quick toss out, shout out for him. I got my Mark 18 done. I call it the Mach 18, M-A-C-K, M-O-C-K.
Nice.
18,
I like it.
because I don't want to steal any valor. Right?
Oh, you got
You
You got to give it back if you do.
Yeah, just borrow it.
Is that a thing? Can you give it back?
Yeah, you can borrow Valor.
Yeah, that
you
works.
borrow it. Steal it.
I don't have any like valorous friends to borrow from. All my friends are shitheads.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't.
That's it, man. Centerfire. I got my Mark 18 put back together. I got my old school can ready to go, and I got my newest can repaired for free. And that was my. I'll throw this out. We were really cool. Invited on with Gun and Gear Review yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this. My brother, because another story to the backlog, my brother won another suppressor online. He won a Hux Flow 9K TI. And he had an Echelon, the original 4.5-inch Echelon. So he ordered a barrel for it. So we put that together the other day. And I went out behind, went over to Rugaru's place. We were in the backyard in his swamp. He's like a little 110-pound Shrek. He lives right there in the swamp. It's great. Went out to his place, and we shot this thing. And I was talking about it last night. From the shooter's position, out ready in front with the can, it was maybe about as loud as 22 or a firecracker. And he was standing about 4 feet behind me, off to the right by about 4 feet. And he said it was as quiet as any suppressed gun he's ever heard. And then he walked over to my left side, almost abreast, even or 90 degrees to my left. And he said the same thing. So the main thing is quiet. But directly behind the chamber in the breech from the shooter was the loudest position with that Hux suppressor. So it's cool. And this is sort of dork nerd stuff. It's very cool what they were able to do with capturing like the overpressure in the sound wave. Because if their intent is to make it safer for you to shoot, it does that. Whether it's reduced gas, whatever. But in an actual, how they refer to that, a two-way range, right? If you're trying to make yourself safe as possible, nobody's gonna know where that's coming from. The 270-degree bubble that thing actually provides suppression is insane. Insane. It kind of sucks for the shooter, but anything out in front of you is never gonna know where that shot came from. It's wild how Hux has gotten that technology.
How's the back pressure? Is that a low flow? What do they call it? Low flow toilet style?
These are the guys that have the term low back pressure suppression or high bypass or high flow, whatever they call it. Flow through. You can't call anything else flow through because that's a Hux registered, patented, trademark comment or whatever you want to call it. Funny enough, I ran Winchester 147 super suppressed and some Cellular and Bellot 140 tactical suppressed, the tactical 140s, which is an awesome ammunition, by the way. The 147s would cycle, and the Cellular and Bellot 140s would not. So it was short stroking, it was stovepiping. The gun would work, but you'd have to manually clear the chamber or clear the ejection port in the breech. But the suppressor, the Winchester suppressor 147s ran fine, and that's what I found shooting 300 blackout, 22 9mm now in my carbines. Other than that handgun, that Winchester super suppressed is actually kind of loud to the ear compared to some of the other subsonic ammo on the market. But I think it's tuned just enough.
Yeah, they want it to run. They want it to be right under that threshold.
Yeah. So that kind of proved it out to be the case with that Hux. So he felt my brother, fell in love with that. So of course he had to order a PCC for it. He's not going to leave it on the Epsilon. He's going to order a PCC. And he chose the new DPMS Kitty Cat 8-inch 9mm with the Scorpion magazine lower. So he ordered that yesterday. So we'll have that project in a couple of weeks when I get back from Houston. That'll be fun.
Nice. I like it. That's cool.
So the muzzle device you got on there now, that's also pinned and welded? Did you replace that with another?
No, I didn't have to.
Oh, you got an SBR. That's right.
Yeah, this one's SBR, so I didn't have to. And
that's
then,
right. Okay.
The other thing was the threads were so damaged because I'm an impatient piece of shit. Instead of getting a die and clearing the threads, I just put this in the tool that it comes with. It just ran it.
Crank her on, huh?
It ain't going nowhere, dude.
Self-thread locking.
It is molecularly bonded, as some engineer would say.
Nice.
It is not coming off. But it's cool. It's a great. These are actually really good flash hiders. These AAC 3-prong.
I bet.
I tell you what. As much as people hate Kevin Brittingham and Q, where he started with this thing. If anybody's ever found those white papers online, because you can find them. Remington, some of their stuff is archived public domain because of the contracts and stuff they got with 300 Blackout when they went from 300 Whisper. The technology those guys came up with over there at AAC back in the day, and the methodology they went through and the design processes. And I had a 300 Blackout. I traded it to Rougarou for all the parts to build that Steel Challenge 1022. And I found the white paper, and like their original designs were like the 9-inch barrel. And this actual suppressor is the one they ran all the stuff on. So I got lucky and found this suppressor at a local shop. And I was like, well, now I got to get a 300 Blackout for it. So I found that. So I had to search the internet for like weeks to find a 9-inch barrel because I couldn't go with a 7 or a 10. Had to be what they were looking at back in like 1997. They had to build the same damn thing. But it came out great. That gun actually came out great. I won't say I miss it because I didn't really like stacking that many calibers. I don't have a use for subsonic 300, but it actually ran great when I had it. But yeah, I'm finally finished with.
No, that's awesome. I like it. Well, cool. Well, I don't have a whole lot. I don't think I think I received my IWI Jericho since the last episode. I believe I got it like on Friday or something. I think that's right when I picked it up. So I got IWI Jericho, the steel frame, optic ready pistol, and man, those things are heavy, chunky boys. But really, really like it. That's probably going to end up being a thing. I'm going to probably spend more money working on it than I paid for the gun because I won't stop until I'm completely broke. But that's about it. I didn't get to shoot last weekend with having to take my daughter somewhere and weather and everything. So hopefully this weekend I get to do a little shooting.
Hey, Drew.
So
Yeah.
Drew?
Yeah.
Can you take me off center screen, please?
No,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying watching you. You don't.
All right then.
You don't want everybody else to it? Okay.
I mean,
I did. I guess I did get my Galil. I got a couple things done to it. I was trying to do a trigger. It uses an AK trigger, but you have to modify it. My gunsmith was like, "Look, I can modify this, but I don't think it's a good idea." So we're gonna wait. I'm gonna send it into. I won that Cerakote job from Pro 2 Customs, so I'm gonna send it into Pro 2 Customs, get that custom gas block, and get a trigger done. Also, when they're Cerakoting it, M81 Woodland camo, as every gun should be. And I don't really have any much else. I guess we've run about an hour and 40 minutes now. That's kind of the new deal. I think we're just going to try standard 2 hours because 1 hour is just not happening. Let's do some parting shots. Dan?
Look at Dan up there keeping it moist.
Share some knowledge, Dan.
What did I say? Oh, yeah, sharing knowledge. Was that what I put into the notes? I'm not even paying attention anymore. Yeah, dude.
That's
So I was at work today, and a couple
weird.
of guys were talking about a couple of pistols and, what I thought about them. And I don't think they realized that I knew some stuff because, they were asking about different calibers and where they came from. And, I got to do a full dump on the history of 40 Smith & Wesson because it is the best caliber there is. And the whole FBI trials and Smith & Wesson and how they dealt with it and how everybody went back to 9mm and they're just like, wow. And then they started asking me about other stuff. So, it's cool. It was nice to help them play with some stuff or learn some stuff. Somebody had told this one fella that, his first gun should be a revolver because it's the easiest and least prone to failures and all of that. So we had a little talk about that. So, and I gave him the examples of, if your bullet drifts forward because you had a little bit of recoil, your whole gun is down. You need to take it completely out of commission, fight with it, get that bullet set back, pull that cartridge out because it might explode on you now because it's going to overpressure. And he's like, I never heard of that. I was like, well, shoot more.
Yeah.
You'll learn some stuff. I got nothing else, but I'm trying to be nicer. Channel my inner Gat Lab.
how's that going
Help
for you?
people instead of saying it's not going well, but what I can do is drink a Youngling and a night vision. So
Bro, what?
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice.
That's all I got for trying to do it like that.
And it is Yingling.
Oh, I know.
Right on.
No, I could see.
My
Dusky.
man, Dan. Nice.
Party shots, Dusky. What do you got?
Not a whole lot, man. Just competitions, man. They're so much fun. You get to learn a lot. You get to use your stuff. You get to meet a lot of cool people. This last one, it was a great time. There's all different kinds of stages. You never know what they're going to have. One of them, it was just all these different targets were kind of stacked onto each other, and you had to make sure you hit each one. It was pretty wild. There was one where it was a blind stage. You had to shoot through some openings. There was one where you were in a sort of structure, almost like a little shack. It had a bunch of different windows with a bunch of different colored targets. You had to hit that with colors on the windowsill. So you had to pop out of that window, or the blue window, hit all blue targets. Up out of the white one, hit the white targets. Out of the red one, hit the red targets. Just all different kinds of stuff, man. It's just a great time. I just can't talk about it enough. So we started the podcast, working out well. It's a lot of fun, man. Had a good time. I recommend it for anybody. If not, if anything, just go watch one. Go look up some videos online. Just look at some stuff to practice and try to do something of your own. Set up a little stage and try to do some things. It'll help you grow. It's a lot of fun, and add some different routines to your training or your range day. See what works for you. Just have a good time. And there's the one stage I mentioned earlier with the 22 was already quiet, but this stage, this gun club is adjacent to a sheriff's office club. So there was this helicopter flying around, and so on top of my gun being super quiet and not picking it up, there was one stage where there's a helicopter flying over. So who knows? feuded over, but that was kind of fun. You just had to sort of be there, 22s and helicopters and competitions and talking smack. I was looking at the chat on Rumble, and I happened to see that there was a guy who I saw at the Concealed Carry League who has a channel on Rumble. I just happened to see on the recommendations. You never know what you're going to run into, what you're going to see. I'm going to go check him out and
Nice.
see what videos he's got.
Nice.
Shooting Gallery. Shout out to Shooting Gallery. He was on there too. All the cool people I meet, and just I love doing it. I love all the growth that I've been able to go through and seeing others as well. Appreciate you guys being here and having somebody to chat and talk shit about, and all people on Discord, everybody writing us. It's a great fucking time. Appreciate y'all.
Awesome. Dig it. All right, Gat, what do you got? Parting shots.
Yada yada.
And I know I put some notes in there, but I'm not going to get into it. We're at an hour and 46. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for letting me be part of this. The guys on the chat, the guys on Discord. That's it, man. I'm happy. I'm good. I'll let it go.
Awesome.
We'll get
right.
here some other day.
I dig it. All right. Well, thanks to everybody on the Firearms Radio Network. We Like Shooting, especially American Crossfire, AR-15 podcast, AK-47 Radio, Let's Go Hunt, Gun and Gear Review. Thanks for letting us be on this week. Really awesome. Folks, we really we've got a lot of people listening. If a few more of you could leave a review, make fun of us, talk shit, whatever you want, good, bad, otherwise, hopefully a good, 5 stars. Any activity is good activity. Check out our Instagram, our Discord server. Send all nudes to info@rimfireradio.com. We really appreciate all of you that are listening, and we'll keep talking as long as you keep showing up. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for all the engagement.
From the backwood trails to the coastal tide, swamp heat rises where the gators hide. Across these states, freedom flies for good old boys. Let their voices rise. It's Rimfire Radio. Hold on tight, dial it up loud. We're ready to ignite. From squirrels to steel, you know our deal. 22 Rimfire keeps it real.